Today I'm going to be permanently activating a mechanical heat detector. These type of heat detectors are commonly found on conventional fire alarm systems. They typically provide two detections of heat: rate of rise and fixed temperature.
This is a system sensor 5601A.
The fixed temperature activation point of this detector is at 57 degrees Celsius or 135 degrees Fahrenheit. These also commonly come in a 200 degree Fahrenheit fixed temperature or 94 degrees Celsius. You can also get fixed temperature only versions of both. However, many of them combine that with rate of rise detection. Rate of rise doesn't go off at any set temperature, but goes off by temperature rise in a given amount of time. Now, the way these are rated is by temperature rise per minute. So is how these operate on rate of rise is if the temperature raises by 8.3 degrees Celsius or 15 degrees Fahrenheit per minute, that will trip the fixed temperature. Now, typically when we're testing a building's fire alarm system, that's what we will test. We will test the rate of rise function because that works by expanding air inside this housing where it is vented, but very limited vented, where if the temperature rises slowly, it will vent out, but if it rises fast enough, it can't vent out quickly enough, and it will sort of push on the diaphragm in there, which will close the circuit, activating the fire alarm system. Now, the fixed temperature is this disc on the top, which will actually pop right off and close the contact, setting off your fire alarm system. Once that happens, the device is done. Addressable units like this one work electronically. Oftentimes you will find heat detectors in place of sprinkler heads for buildings that don't have them, or work as earlier detection because these offer rate of rise. Sprinkler heads will only go off at their set temperature, which oftentimes is typically higher. For example, this sprinkler head won't go off until 68 degrees Celsius, where this will go at 57. Heat detectors on an addressable system can also pinpoint exact alarm location, where a sprinkler head may only activate a flow switch for that specific zone. These addressable units have the little thermistor inside there. It's the little thermometer head that can actually read the temperature. Now, as I said, typically we test the rate of rise function and we don't permanently activate it because that means you have to replace the whole thing. But let's actually do that. Let's activate one permanently, actually pop the disc off, really set it off. I've seen it many times doing testing when sometimes the rate of rise function fails and you just keep heating it up until you hit that fixed temperature because you're going to have to replace it anyways because it failed. That's never something you want to see, but that's the reality of it and why we do verifications and testing to make sure the things work right and catch the problems. But many people won't ever get to see that, so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. We're going to be using gas to get it nice and warm quick. We can do the blue propane, we don't need it as hot. This will be plenty to heat it up nice and hot. And I'm probably supposed to tell you guys not to try this at home because there is a risk of fire. But that's up to you if you want to burn your place down. Who am I to tell you what to do? Because we're going to be doing this in a wood frame, non-sprinklered, absolutely combustible building, we will definitely get a fire extinguisher on hand in case things go wrong. And this will be setting off this fire alarm system. This is a commercial addressable system. We do have monitor modules which are turning that into a conventional zone because the building we're going to be setting off is one of those conventional detectors and is on a conventional zone. So we can pretty much ignore that the panel is addressable. This panel is also tied into another building on the property and we'll set that building off through relays and we'll put that building into a supervisory. We don't want that to happen. We only want this going off. So we're going to quickly disable that on the other system. The fire alarm system we're going to be setting off is the garage building. We're going to disable that. We have now disabled the Building B tie-in. Building B is disabled. Therefore, that monitor module is no longer pulling. The detector we're going to be setting off is in this building over here. Now, depending how fast the rate of rise function and the fixed temperature function activates, we could still trip the rate of rise before we actually pop the detector permanently. But we ain't gonna stop, we're just gonna keep going. I don't think it's cooked enough yet. In order to reset the fire alarm system, we are going to have to replace this detector. And I think we're gonna have to be replacing the base too. Oh, it's hot still. Holy crap. We'll let that cool off a little bit yet. And that definitely did set off the fixed temperature well before the rate of rise was able to get that. So we'll bring out a new detector and new base, Phillips screwdriver, and change it out. Well, Robbie too, because we'll need to get it off of the box. This might actually be like the third time the heat detector has been changed in this building in the last few years, because one time I actually was trying to set it off, I remember, but I hadn't reset the system yet, and it was already set off from the pulse station in here or the one on the tower, and the alarm wouldn't rezone, and I was silly and didn't and forgot. Alrighty, there we go. Now we should actually still be testing this device again. Just the rate of rise function, because it's a new device, we should verify that it does actually work. We just won't give it so much heat as we did last time. We'll keep the heat moving and keep it off the disc if we can help it. Now this one we can reset for good. And you saw with just a little bit of heat and keeping it moving, we did not even burn the detector or show any signs of any heat was ever on it. So that's what you do for a regular test. Not usually with a blowtorch, but same concept of just a little bit of heat and trying to keep it on this outer metal bit, not the disc in the middle. And we can put this back to normal in the house. You'll see that relay will come back on. Or monitor module, I should say, not a relay. That's my mistake, that's a monitor module. All right, that is what's left. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you do have any comments, questions, feel free to leave those down in the comment section. And if you do enjoy my channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you are interested, I do have an Instagram account at Pickle700 for bonus content, stuff posted before you'd see it on the YouTube channel, stuff like that. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.